Hello everyone and welcome to a week of Linux news for the 13th of November 2016. Now thanks to TotalOS today for doing the news last week while I had family visiting. Contrary to what he said that I was installing Windows 10 on my system, yeah, very humorous, but I wouldn't really do that. Maybe in a virtual machine just to hurl abuse at it, but beyond that, no, I'm happy with Linux. Now starting the news this week with a subject which I have already covered about the Web of Trust add-on which was caught selling out users' information. Although they admit in their privacy policy to collecting a certain level of information, it actually turned out they were collecting far more than the privacy policy actually indicated, and they weren't even encrypting it properly, so yeah, it was quite alarming really. So I believe the way it works is that it identifies if each link on a page can actually be trusted or not, which all sounds fine and well in principle, but when it comes to paying for using the add-on, well, it was free, but no, the actual charge was they were collecting your data and appeared to be selling it out, so you were paying for using the add-on with your data. I've had a look around at some of the other add-ons around on Firefox and Chrome, and I have to say I'm kind of suspicious about the ones that say, free to use, because I have to wonder, where are they getting money from, especially some of the most popular add-ons. Frankly, I'd be happier with an add-on that said, we accept donations. Check out my video on Web of Trust if you'd like to know more about it and what they were doing. A bit of sad news here that Mythbuntu, one of the official derivatives of Ubuntu, is no longer going to continue. So this was the Myth TV package supplied in a single Ubuntu distro. I did try it out some years ago when one of my friends wanted to get a TV card working on his machine. He did have Windows initially, but I said, no, I'm not supporting Windows, so you can try Linux or go without. So he did try it. But it was me who set it up, and I have to say it wasn't particularly easy. I did have to go and Google quite a few things to get it going. But sure enough, it worked with his TV card and he was able to record programs, so yeah, it did its job. I wonder what the demise of Mythbuntu was. They've had a lot of developers leave, in fact there are only 2 developers left on the project. Is it a changing world that more users are now streaming TV and video? Or is it that other media players came along and have replaced Myth? I'm thinking along the lines of Kodi, which has now gone from strength to strength. And in fact, Kodi does have a TV add-on available in it, so it literally can almost do the functionality that Myth TV did. Myth TV will continue as a repository, so that it's not gone entirely, but you will have to manually set it up yourself. Keeping along the lines of talking about Kodi, the mere windowing system is now running in it. Interesting. So it has branched out further than just the Unity desktop. Although I still can't try it out because it doesn't work with NVIDIA proprietary drivers, only the no-view drivers, and I'm not using those. Oh well. Ubuntu Budgie has now become an official derivative of Ubuntu. Now it used to be called Budgie Remix, which I have done a review of. So it's based on a GTK 3, but it offers a different desktop layout than you would get with GNOME. It's quite an interesting style desktop. The main place you would have seen the Budgie desktop is on the Solus project, and there's a bit of news about it this week that they're no longer supporting the OpenSUSE and Fedora repositories. It's not that they're giving up on those distros entirely, in fact reading more into it, they're trying to make the desktop more agnostic, in that it can work for any Linux base. They're looking for maintainers to package the Budgie desktop for all the various Linux distributions. There's a small piece of news about a new style denial of service attack called Black Nurse. Yeah, a bit of a dodgy name really, but it's quite surprising really, because you could take a really small bandwidth of attack, ranging from about 15 to 18 megabits, and you could use it to down a gigabit network. I'll let you think of the maths here. 15 megabits can down 1 gigabit. So the attack uses ICMP packets type 3 code 3, which is destination unreachable. A small piece of information goes in the packets about the supposedly destined connection. And what would happen is the router then expends a load of resources trying to identify which connection it was. Hence why you can down such a large pipe with such a small bandwidth of attack. There's been a few Linux distros released this week. We have Chaos, a rolling release KDE Linux distribution, which is not really based on anything else. They have built it up from scratch. A new release of Uninvention Corporate Server, which is based on Debian. It's used more in the enterprise environment. A new release of Rockstore, which is built more for using on network attached storage devices, or NASes. Sounds very similar to Open Media Vault. There's a new release of Black Lab Linux, which is an enterprise distro based on Ubuntu, and they do charge for it. And a new release of Oracle Linux. Yeesh! Okay, that concludes the news for this week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later.